We call the property cleanup phase the money zone. It earned this title because, from a business perspective, cleanup is where your company actually secures its profit, retains its customers, and builds its reputation. There is a profound psychological truth that every groundsperson must realize. The homeowner does not understand the technical complexity of tree work. They do not know how much skill it takes for a climber to perform a compound redirect rigging system to swing a 3,000-pound log away from a power line. They do not appreciate the physical endurance required to operate a heavy chainsaw while hanging upside down in a harness. To the customer, all of that aerial work looks like magic or noise. They judge the entire value of the multi-thousand-dollar job based almost exclusively on what the property looks like when the trucks drive away. Our standard on every single job site is a concept we call the invisible tree. The objective is to perform the work so cleanly that when our crew packs up and pulls away from the curb, the only possible indicator that we were ever there is the beautiful pruning on the remaining canopy or the neat stump where a tree used to stand. The lawn should look like a manicured golf course. The driveway, sidewalks, and patios should be completely free of debris, dust, and tire tracks. If you leave a property in an immaculate condition, the customer experiences an immediate wave of satisfaction. They pay their invoice gladly, they leave glowing 5-star reviews online, they request your company again next year, and they proudly recommend your crew to their neighbors. If you perform a brilliant technical removal but leave the yard looking like a war zone, the customer will be furious, the company's reputation will suffer, and profit margins will be eaten up by sending a crew back out to reclean the property. To achieve the invisible tree standard, you must understand the flower bed rule. Sawdust in a customer's manicured garden bed or fresh layer of dark mulch is the ultimate sin of a sloppy ground crew. Homeowners spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on their landscaping, and nothing makes them angrier than seeing a thick, pale layer of raw oak or pine sawdust covering their expensive mulch or burying their delicate annual flowers. Sawdust is incredibly difficult to remove once it embeds into mulch, which means your primary strategy must be prevention. Before the very first cut is made near a garden bed, you must stage heavy-duty tarps over the landscape features. Use the tarps to catch the falling debris, the fine twigs, and the spray of sawdust from the chainsaws. If a small amount of dust does get past your barriers, do not simply leave it. You must get down on your hands and knees and carefully hand-pick the debris out, or use a leaf blower on its lowest idle setting to gently roll the sawdust off the mulch without disturbing the soil. Treat the customer's property with the exact same level of respect that you would treat your own grandmother's prized garden. An efficient yard cleanup does not happen by accident at the end of the day. It is a systematic, ongoing process that is executed continuously from the moment you arrive. The workflow follows a strict sequence to maximize speed and thoroughness. You begin with the bulk drag, clearing away the large, heavy branches and logs so that you have a completely open, unobstructed workspace. Trying to rake while large logs are still scattered across the lawn is a waste of time and energy. Once the heavy material is cleared, you transition to the rough rake, using heavy-duty spring steel rakes to pull the medium-sized sticks and leaf clusters into dense piles that can be easily loaded onto tarps or fed into the chipper. After the rough rake is complete, you perform the fine rake, dragging the lawn with wide plastic leaf rakes to lift the individual blades of grass and extract the tiny hidden twigs and broken leaves. The final phase is the blowout. You strap on a powerful backpack leaf blower and establish a clear pattern, starting from the furthest point back on the property, blowing off roofs, cleaning out gutters, clearing patios, and pushing all the dust and fine debris down the driveway toward the street where it can be swept up and loaded into the truck. Never blow dust toward the house, toward parked cars, or onto a neighbor's property. By executing this comprehensive cleanup process with pride and precision, you control the final impression the customer receives, making yourself an invaluable asset to the company's bottom line.